Hello everyone, and today's lesson in automotive is going to be how to change a tire using a tire machine. Now, the first thing we need to know is safety equipment. So as you can see, I'm already wearing my safety glasses, and for the tire machine, that's all we're going to need to use. But a quick reminder is to take off all jewelry, which I have already, and tie back any long hair or loose clothing and hoodie strings. We want to make sure that's all out of the way for safety purposes. Now, to start this procedure, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the functions of the machine. We have the dogs right here that hold the tire down. We have the foot control that grabs the rim, that allows the tire bead brake, and rotation counterclockwise and clockwise. We have the air control for inflating the tire. We have the tire bead brake, which you will see in the demonstration. You have the tire removal tool, or the bar as we call it, that will be set up, and the safety press for inflation only. Now, for the demonstration. Bringing the tire back into play, first thing we're going to do is take a look and make sure that all the weights are off of the rim. We're going to use a special tool to take those off. Put them off to the side. We'll rotate it around and see if there's any more. We will take that off. Now with the weights removed, we will remove the air out of the tire. Bend your knees whenever you're picking up a tire as they can be really heavy, and this will protect your back from injury. Lay it down on the bed and remove the valve cap. Take your valve removal tool and place it into the valve and turn it in a counterclockwise rotation while keeping your finger pressed on the valve for control of the valve as it releases the air. Place the valve and the valve tool on the top for install later. While the air is removed out of the tire, we will bring it back down on the ground and we will break the beads of the tire with the bead breaker on the side. Place the tire against the pad and put your foot just resting on top of the pedal. We're going to bring in the bead breaker and rest it right against the rim. We'll press the pedal down and release, and this removes the bead from the rim. We'll do it on two sides of each side of the tire, rotating at 180 degrees each side. Now that the beads have been broken, we will place it back on the table, bending knees, lifting up. The first pedal that grabs the rim, we can press that down, and that will engage and automatically center the tire and rim. At this point, it's a smart idea to quickly lubricate the tire for easy removal. The tool is adjustable in and out by ways of a lever, which we're going to bring it down and have it resting 1/8 inch away from the tire. Usually a quick setup is pressing it to the rim, engaging the lever lock, and it brings it up 1/8 inch away from the tire on the top surface, and from the side we have an adjuster screw that does the 1/8 inch on the side of the rim. Now, we grab our tire bar, we're going to insert it in the side, and we're going to press down on the opposite end of the tire. This is going to allow us to bring the tire completely over top of the tool and allow our tool to do the work and not us. We're going to rotate the tire clockwise, keeping our hand flat on the bar and not in between or grabbing it. Now we're going to stop halfway in between and see if we can remove the tool. We'll remove the tool if possible. If not, you rotate a little bit more. And we're going to rotate this all the way off. So right there you can see that our top bead is right off that rim. Now we'll do the same method and procedure for when we're doing the bottom bead. Working the tool underneath the rim, pressing down with a flat palm, rotating just a few inches, and then removing the bar. This allows us to continue to remove the tool completely. Release the tool and retract out of the way. At this point, we'll take a look at the tire's condition. We want to look for any cracks, defects, any holes, any ripping of the tire, and at the same time we want to check for any screws that are going to be on the tire tread. Now this one, for this purpose, what we're going to do is we're just going to reinstall this one, but that's one point to look at when you're looking at a tire. At this point, we also want to check if this tire is directional, and that will be in a way of either outside or inside printed on the tire, or an arrow pointing towards the tire. You need to know this for winter tires especially, because they're going to be passenger side or driver side specific. This one is a non-directional tire. We'll grab a little bit more lubrication, and we'll apply it to the opposite side, and both sides of the tire actually, to allow for an easy installation. Now, for install, what we want to do is we just want to slide the tire onto the rim like I did there, and I'll repeat. So taking the tire, placing it on the side, and just giving it a little bit of weight so that it sticks on top. We'll bring the tool back in to place. It has the same setting, and we'll press the tool down into place, lock the lever, and at this point we only want to do one bead at a time, so we'll do the lower bead first. And it's the exact same method of taking off the tires, putting it on, however you're not using the bar in this application. So as you can see, I'm pulsating to get the tire back on. Little presses because I don't want to tear or rip this tire. It's that easy. The lower bead is now on. Now for the upper bead. What we're going to do is we're just going to slowly rotate it, just enough so it started. And we're going to put a little bit more lubrication on this one just to make it go a little bit smoother. So keeping hands clear, we're going to rotate the tire, but at the same time we're going to keep the tire inside the groove of the rim. Now this being said, my fingers are away, my palms are in, and I'm actually pressing down on the tire. Just making sure that everything's out of the way. Again, not pressing on the pedal until my hands are clear. Going all the way around. Making sure that tire is completely clear. And right there, our tire is back on. We're going to remove this tool, swing it out of the way, have the valve come to this side of where the operator is standing. Bring in the safety press and grab the inflation nozzle. We'll hook up the inflation nozzle, and with the lever on the side that controls the air, we're going to give the tire a quick tug and a slight press. And the hope is to get the tire seat. Now you want to hear two pops like you just did. And with those two pops means that two beads are actually seated. Now we'll remove the air and put the valve back in.
We now check the tire pressure using a tire pressure gauge to the recommended pressures rated on the side of the tire wall or inside the door jamb. For this tire, we have 36.